Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to cook chicken wings in the Weber kettle. And then later in the video, we're going to cover off a few different ways that you can serve them. Right, so we've got a dozen wings here. We're just going to start by taking the tips off. So get yourself a decent knife, find where that joint is, and you can just go straight down there. All right, so we're going to get our wings seasoned up now. So grab a few of your favorite wing rubs. Like I said before, we're going to be doing these a few different ways. So we'll go ahead and get 2 of the wings seasoned up in our Heavenly Hell Rock and Roll Rooster. And then we can get 2 more seasoned up in some Suck Knuckle Smoker's Jerker. Get another 2 seasoned up in our steak shooter. Then I'm going to leave the other 6 plain, and I'll show you why later in the video. So now our wings are trimmed and seasoned, we can go ahead and get our Weber kettle set up. All right, so we can get started by opening up our top vent and taking our lid off. We'll remove our cooking grate. We can open up our bottom vent fully while we're here. Then we can get a couple of firelighters going. Put our charcoal chimney on top and fill it up with briquettes or lump charcoal. All right, so we've got about 10 to 15 minutes before our briquettes will be ready. So we've got some smoking wood here. This is a new one from Natural Smoke. It's myall wood. It's got this beautiful jam smell to it. Smells absolutely unreal. It's a great all-rounder and we're going to be using that today. One chunk like this is absolutely fine for a small amount of wings like this. And we also got our charcoal ready after we trimmed and seasoned the wings, just so it gives our rubs time to settle into the meat and really adhere to it properly as well. And we're going to be using a kettle crown for this cook. Now, if you've got 2 charcoal baskets, that will work, but a kettle crown will work better as it sits a bit closer to the cooking grate and it helps direct the heat a lot better. So we're going to be using the vortex method. So we're going to fill this with our briquettes, and when we put our lid on, that heat is going to bounce up to the lid and bounce over and around our wings. So we're going to be using that really high indirect heat so we get nice crispy wings. So we'll be back when our briquettes are ready and we'll set the rest of this Weber up. All right, so our briquettes are pretty much ready, and that top layer will get the rest of the way while we're preheating our Weber. So we'll lay our vortex down in the middle of our Weber and get all of our briquettes in there. And then we'll get our lid on and give it a few minutes to preheat. All right, it's been a few minutes, so we can remove our lid and put our cooking grate on. And some people line foil around the outside of the kettle cone. That will help with keeping your Weber clean. And it also does help direct the heat through the kettle cone, but I honestly find it doesn't make too much of a difference. So we'll get all of our wings on. Smoking wood, and we'll get the lid on. Now I've got to say that myall wood smells absolutely amazing. You've got to try that. I'll put links to that and everything else we've used in the video down in the video description if you did want to check it all out. Now we've just had a quick tidy up. I can't emphasize enough, make sure you're practicing good hygiene when you're handling chicken. But now what we're going to do for this cook is we're just going to rotate our lid a quarter of a turn every 10 minutes. And that's just going to give us a really nice even heat distribution over all of our wings. And that's because all of that heat is coming through that kettle cone and out of our lid. So any of the wings below our lid are going to be slightly hotter than the rest of the kettle. Now, if you're looking for a cooking temperature, I like to run wings at around the 500 Fahrenheit or 260 Celsius range. But for now, we're just going to keep rotating our lid, like I said, every 10 minutes, and we'll come back once we're a bit further into this cook and I'll show you what we'll do next. Right, so we're about 3/4 of the way through this cook now. Now, the safe internal temperature for eating chicken is that 165 Fahrenheit or 74-ish degrees Celsius. But the beauty about wings is you can go much higher than that and they still come out nice and juicy. We're sitting right around that 165 Fahrenheit mark at the moment. So let's open up our Weber, have a look, and I'll show you what we're going to do with some of these wings. So they are looking awesome. As you can see, that skin is nice and crisp, but to get some super crunch out of them, I'm going to take 2 of the plain ones out and I'm going to dump them in a mix of 50% plain flour and 50% corn flour. And then I'm also going to take out 2 of our steak shooter wings. And while we're here, I'm going to sauce 2 of our plain wings. So I'm just going to give them a light brush. And we'll get our lid back on. And now we can come back to our flour mix. We really want to give these plain wings in here a good coating. And we can take them out for a sec. And then we can add some of our steak shooter seasoning to the mix. Give it a mix around. And then we're going to coat our steak shooter wings in that mix. And then we're going to finish these off in the deep fryer until they're nice and crispy at around 180 Celsius or 360-ish Fahrenheit. All right, so these have been in for about 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to lift our basket up and let them drip dry for a few minutes. And then we can give our sauced wings one more coat. And then I'm also going to give our Heavenly Hell Rock and Roll Rooster seasoned ones one coat in our sauce. And before we get the lid back on, we'll take our last 2 plain ones out, get the lid on, and I'll show you what we'll do with them. So we've cleaned our bowl and we've got some wing dust ready. So that's what we're going to do with these plain ones. There's lots of different flavored wing dusts on the market. This is a garlic parmesan flavored one. So we're just going to pour some in the bowl. I'm going to chuck our wings in and we're literally just going to toss them around in that. So now they're dusted up, we're going to take them out of our bowl and we're going to empty our bowl and clean it one more time to finish off this last set of wings. All right, so our 2 plain deep fried ones, we're going to get into the bowl and we're going to coat these with some buffalo sauce. Or if you've got another favorite sauce, feel free to use that. We're just going to pour some in, don't need much. And again, we're just going to toss them around in that. And now we'll get all of our other wings out to have a look and then we'll finish off with a taste. So we've got the smoked dusted wings, we've got the smoked then fried sauced wings. We've got the plain seasoned smoked and fried wings. We've got the smoked, seasoned and sauced wings. We've got the plain seasoned and smoked wings. And then we've got the plain smoked and sauced wings with no seasoning. All right, now to have a quick taste of each. Absolutely love that wing dust. Let's try one of these buffalo ones. So good. These are our steak shooter, double coated in the seasoning. These were finished off in the deep fryer. Oh man, so good. And I love that extra level of crunch. And we've got our seasoned and glazed ones. Oh man, I don't think I'm going to be able to pick a winner here. It's hard to beat just the plain old seasoned and smoked wings. Let's try these sauced ones. As you can see, still juicy. They are all so unbelievably tasty. Let us know in the comments how you like to cook and serve your wings. I'm going to go finish these off properly off camera. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.